5 in 1. So is Momochi. Only Kobayan is not actually. Well, he loses his next set. But yeah, this is after 2 rounds. So round 3 has not started yet. We got round 3, round 3, round 3. So these are the next dates. So it's locked in. We got a little bit of time though in the meantime, right? So it's like we got another week or so until we get started with the 3rd round. Let's see where all this is. But as of right now, top of the group, working with Momochi and Kobayan. All pretty solid. Kobayan kind of beat the shit out of everybody. His spread is outrageous. Plus 11. Ridiculous. He's beat up a lot of people. He 3-0'd Gashkin, right? That's why Hikaru has a better spread. But yeah, we'll have to see how it breaks down at the end here. The favorites, I have to imagine, in this group. Moke already beat Yamaguchi, so I think he's probably. Man, I'm really curious about this. Momochi beat all the Ed players in round 2, right? Momochi played Fudo, Momochi played Kagera, Momochi played Tachikawa. He beat the 3 Ed players in the mirror back to back to back. That's pretty funny. Yeah, that's the end. It's pretty tough. There's only a few matches left for each of them, though. Is it 2 out for group, or is it 1 out? How does it work exactly? Top 2 players, right? Yeah. Top 2 players and the winner of a deciding match. Yeah, that sounds right.
Zongia wins!
Damn, this is spooky. I mean, I think it's pretty likely that Kobayan will make it out of his group, but there's 3 other people at 1-1, so I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see what the exact format is for the tiebreaker. A lot of Japanese representation. There's a couple. Japanese and then another Japanese play in. Let's talk about Akuma Air Fireball a little bit. I get this question a lot. Why don't you just anti-air air fireball? Maybe they can show it off. What up, Boo? Yeah, he leans his head over the edge.
Round 2. Fight.
What up, Boo?
Fight round. Fight.
I'm using the Razor Kitsune. I got an email from them asking if I could submit my data. I'm like, yeah.
Zongia wins!
Is you can play for free online, so you don't have to worry about like spending time and effort and money.
Online.
Okay, let's talk about Akuma's air fire.
Here comes a new challenger. Round 1. Fight.
So the big thing about Akuma air fireball is it really depends on the angle and position of you and Akuma when you anti-air. So let's start with this fireball, right? This is the heavy fireball, right? If I'm really late here, notice that I can heavy DP it by getting it. But if you're like back here,
round 2.
I mean, you know. A lot harder, right? And same thing with a slightly closer angle like this kind of a fireball, right? If I'm close to it, then I can DP it quite late, as long as I hit Akuma before the fireball hits me. But it's when you're like further back in positions like this, where the timing of hitting the fireball is difficult.
Akuma, win!
Right? You need to do it really late to beat the fireball. Like that, right? The problem is, if you need to be close, what happens when you're at like angles like this, right? Right here, and I want to DP him, but like my DP is not going to hit him, right? So I need to walk in, right? And trying to walk in and DP it like this is really difficult. Like it's, you have to be so ready to do this. You have to like walk in. So like up close, it's really hard because a lot of times you start to see the fireball and you're like, oh hey, there's air fireball. And it's actually why we'll talk about this matchup as one where air fireball is harder to use. Ed's DP is so fucking slow that it doesn't really matter where he's because Ed can just be back here and just like DP through it whenever. It's just such a slow DP, you know what I mean? Like this is an advantage that Ed has.
Akuma, win!
You see that? So this is something that's pretty nice for him. And also, it depends on the character how consistent their other answer is and like whether it goes up or not. So as far as charge moves go, like you want to use DJ's
Here comes a new challenger.
If you're late on the up kick, it's pretty consistent to use this as an answer. But it's a little harder when you're up close. But if you're already down charged, the problem happens if you're too early a lot of times when the fireball hits you before you're out. Yeah. So if you're trying to anti already, you have to do it really late. I mean, it's the same thing with most characters when you want to anti. You have to do it close. Right? 'Cause like, if you're too far away, what ends up happening is you do this. And you do this. So you need to be closer.
Round 2. Fight.
Which is obviously not easy to do. Do this. Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to ground it in here, then it's just hard to do in an actual match. Like, no, you can also change the angle, and you can do this. So if I'm trying to DP it. Difficult to do though. Yeah, you can just test with your character. And also also depends on which fireball you go to. Like this one at this angle. It's like, are you telling me you're gonna late DP this when he's doing it from right there? I don't think so, probably. Right? Like, I don't think you're gonna DP this, probably. You know? It's like, yeah. It's kind of angle. But there are other answers. You can always go under. Or air to air, I'm also.